Hey guys, this is Michael, and today I'll be showing you some Charizard basics for Smash Brothers 4, or for the Wii U, however you want to call it. Anyways, this is just a basic tutorial, give you a couple of guidelines on how to use him. This is like barely a month after the game came out. I think it came out like late November, and it's late December right now, and I'm no expert on the game. So, give me a little bit of leeway, and maybe you'll learn something, a thing or two about Charizard here. Starting with just basic mobility tips. As you probably know, he has a triple jump, so he has that initial jump, then 2 flaps of the wing. He also has a decent run speed, as you can see right here, pretty good. I'd say it's about average. It's not nearly as fast as, say, Sonic or something, but it's still pretty good run or sprint speed. His walk speed, on the other hand, is actually decent as well, I think. But none of this stuff is anything to cheer about because he's actually a pretty overall more of a heavy, slow character. As you can tell, he's a giant dragon. Okay, so just moving on for the potential for combos. For the most part, I think he's more of a character who's punish heavy and defensive. Which means he doesn't have a lot of potential for combos past like a low percentage. So like some things I know are like you can do a grab at like 0%, do a seismic toss straight into a forward air like that. But once you do it once, you won't be able to connect after that because they just get launched way too far. You might be able to do some other things, but the other player will be able to dodge or retaliate by doing some other kind of move. Other than that, he has his 3-hit standing combo, which doesn't connect into much. You might be able to... hold on, let me move Samus down. I don't know if they just reset. This is like my second time in training. Okay, they'll just stand there. So you can kind of do a 3 into a dash into some like air game if you want. But, as in true connecting combos, I don't think there's much anywhere past a low percentage of damage on the other player. Like I stated, I think Charizard is played much more as a defensive / punishing character. So when they'll slide dash into you, punish with either your triple standing combo or a tilt attack. His tilt attacks are pretty decent. They're pretty far. His down tilt looks like that. His forward tilt looks like that. And his up tilt is actually, I believe it's invincible on the wings. So if a character is coming down from you from above, you can do up tilt or even an up smash, which is that. And I believe the wings are invincible for those. Which brings me to a point on being more defensive. I like to have, when I fight people, I like to have them in the air above me, so when they're coming back, I can punish a lot with my up smash or just my up tilt like that. When they're, especially on, this is probably my favorite map to play on, is Battlefield, because I have so many different ways to hit them through the platform like that. That was just my up tilt, like that. You can go through the platforms with either that or your up smash, or even if they're on the platform above, you can do a jump into an up air, and you can get a pretty solid slash attack from below. So I like to play Charizard where characters are above me most of the time. Here, I'll try to, well, that smashed him out. Forward smash, very solid move. Not really that usable because it comes out so slow. Mostly you just have to do it on a read. Down smash is a solid horizontally launching move. And if you see your opponent rolling, tech rolling a lot like that, you can forward and behind you, you can do down smash, and it covers a large radius, as you see, to cover a lot of the field. As far as his air game goes, as you saw, his up air is pretty strong. His forward air can be solid, especially if you're edge guarding over here, which I'll explain later. And his back air is solid, but as far as his down air goes, it's really not that great for anything besides spiking, and I'll explain that in a bit. You can see his back air is pretty solid. It whips his tail back, and if you hit him with like the tip of your tail, it'll really launch him at high percentages. I've actually done a lot of KOing that way. If like I'm flying back on stage and you can see him behind you, I'll whip out my tail real quick, and a lot of the time people won't see that coming because it's such a long move horizontally that it'll catch them off guard. The one problem with this move, if you're too low to the ground and you try whipping it out, it won't come out. You'll kind of see, well, I mean, if you're this low to the ground, it's not going to come out, and it has a lot of recovery frames, even if it does come out, if you're high enough. You see if I land on the ground, I'm trying to move, and that's when I move. You have probably like a solid half second or so of recovery time. So it does have a lot of recovery if you're close to the ground, so just be aware of that, and sometimes it won't come out if you're too close to the ground. He has a rotating move like that, which is just his standing air A move. Which is not the greatest if you're trying to get back on stage. You kind of have to throw it out kind of early and risk the opponent potentially just going straight into you. Because if you throw that out too late, it's not nearly as invincible as, you say, Rock Smash or something. Now let's talk about getting back on stage. If you're launched off stage, his probably best option is a Flaire Blitz. Sure, you take a little bit of damage, but you know, as far as taking damage, Charizard's going to take a lot. But he's more of a tank character anyways. He can take the damage for the most part and still be okay. So I don't worry about using Flaire Blitz too liberally. I'll take the damage, whatever, as long as I get back on stage. Either if it's to try to punish somebody trying to edgeguard me, or just simply being way up here and just wanting to get back onto stage and flying over. He can also, if he's coming in onto the corner and you can see somebody edgeguarding you, I'll use my semi-invulnerable Rock Smash, because as long as I'm from above, facing them, the rock is pretty much fully invincible, and I'll be able to punish any kind of edgeguarding they're doing on me. Last, and also if you're below, using Fly is obviously the best option, which is up B. It gives you the most vertical lift. And just remember, you have 2 flaps of the wings in the air, so you don't always have to use Flaire Blitz or whatever if you think you can get back on stage without being punished by an edgeguard. Otherwise, you know, you can do a quick fall and air dodges, other things like that. So as far as edgeguarding goes, there's a few options. You can do the typical flamethrower off the side. You can also direct his flames, as you see me moving my head up and down here. You can do a jump out into a forward air. That's a solid way if they're coming back on horizontally onto the map. As far as spiking goes, there's not many opportunities for you to do that, because a lot of Charizard's launches will launch them horizontally and not so much further down onto the field. So you won't see many opportunities to spike unless, like you say, you're edgeguarding with Flamethrower and you push them down below you. Then what I like to do is just to spike by going off stage like that, spiking real quick, and then using his air mobility to get back onto the stage. So I'll just dash down, spike real quick, and then fly back up. Other than that, if they're climbing back on stage, or even if they're jumping back on the stage, his down smash is actually, it covers a little bit of vertical space as well. There's like, and maybe I'll do a freeze frame where you can see exactly where it hits, an estimate of where that box fully hits, but it's kind of more of a square of where Charizard's down smash hits, and not so much just the ground. Also, if they're climbing back on the stage, I discovered that Rock Smash is a decent option. If they're attacking you, you'll absorb the blow, because Rock Smash is pretty invincible for the most part. There are some vulnerabilities to it, but just doing a standard Rock Smash against the edge will usually do it, or if they're rolling up a further back, Rock Smash will punish any kind of roll in. Anyways, this has been a basic guide to Charizard. I could probably talk about Charizard for a lot more time. Just remember, I think his strongest game is when he's on low to the ground on a platform stage and he's trying to hit people from above with either his up tilt, which is this, sorry, or his up smash, which is that, his 2 wings. So yeah, he also has, like I said, he's a defensive Punisher type, so his smashes are going to be really solid. Other than that, oh, one more quick thing about range characters. He is going to struggle with people who can zone him. So like Link or even Samus here, they're going to give him a tougher time. Since his Flaire Blitz is invincible while he's in it, or pretty much invincible, I don't want to say fully invincible, that's a good way to get in if like Link is zoning you with the bow. You just need to know when to use it, because you don't want to use it when he's fully drawn on his bow, because he can see you, and you can still be knocked out of the animation on your startup frames for it. So when he's like surrounded by that blue aura before he goes into the flame, he can still be punished for it. And he can be stopped by like certain projectiles, like Duck Hunt's can. If the can is between you and Duck Hunt Dog, the can will stop you if you use Flaire Blitz. So you just gotta be wary of that. Other than that, I mean, you're just gonna have to get in. That's probably more of an advanced guide, anyways. So there you go. I hope you guys enjoyed. Remember to like, comment, or subscribe if you enjoyed this video. And hopefully I'll bring some more kind of Smash stuff, or David will as well. Thanks for watching, guys, and this has been Michael bringing you some Charizard gameplay.